Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to English language class this morning. Today in English language class, we're talking about word building. Word building. That is the topic that we want to look at in today's English class. I am Odupe Olayinka. I'm so excited to have you on this amazing learning platform. Now, I said the topic is what? Word building. You can see this picture I have here, this beautiful picture. They are trying to build this structure, and you can see people working on it. It's just to show you that in today's class, we'll be building words using prefix, suffix, and then we'll be building on what we call root word. So I want you to pay attention to the class, because you'll be learning what root word is, you'll be learning what prefix means and what suffix means, and then you'll be able to give examples of root word, prefix, and suffix. You can see this picture I have here on word building, trying to tell us that we can actually build words different ways. Now you can see this, another picture I have here, word building. Today about prefix and suffix, and then we talked about roots word as well. Now let's go to the objective of the class. At the end of this class, you should be able to explain what word formation means, define root word, build words using prefix, build word using suffix. Now let's go to the word formations. Word formation. Word formation is the same thing as word building. Word formation is the same thing as what? Word building. So don't get confused. When I say word formation, I'm just saying word building. Word building. Good. Now, this is the act or process of forming, constructing, or composition of words. This is the act or process of forming, constructing, or composition of words. On the form, you can see this one, trying to form something there. By the time they fix this and they fix this, it will be complete. So when we fix our prefix and our suffix, at times it may just be the prefix you need to fix, and then you have a word that has a meaning. And it might be that the suffix you need to fix, you have another word that have meaning to change the meaning of the word. It might be that you have to put the suffix and the prefix together before you can get a new word. So that's word formation or word building. So word formation is the same thing as what? Word building. Same as building. Okay. Now, let's go to this root word. When you talk about root words, what are we trying to say? In simple terms, a root word is a word which does not have a prefix or a suffix attached to it, but can have one added in order to modify the meaning of the word. Many root words in English language are of a Latin or Greek origin. So when you talk about root word, it's a word that does not have a prefix or suffix attached to it. The moment you attach a suffix or a prefix to it, you are modifying the meaning of the word. You modify the meaning of the word. So when we talk about root word, it is the original word, and it might be Latin or Greek. Now let's look at some root words here. Now we have normal. So the meaning of normal is standard. If something is normal, it means that is the standard it ought to be. Maybe that is how it ought to be. That's normal. Now, when you add prefix to it, or you add suffix to it, it changes to something else. It becomes a new word. So we have ab. You had ab to normal, it becomes abnormal. You had para to normal, it becomes paranormal. You had no to normal. You had lies to normal, it becomes normalized. So you can see that the moment you have either suffix at the back, prefix at the beginning, it has the word changed, and you have a new word. The same thing here, we have the root word, which is root root word, which is might. Might. Now, might means strength. It means what? Strength. So when you add all to might, it becomes almighty. If you add li to might at the end, that is the suffix. If you add li to it at the end, it becomes mightily. You can see that the word will change the moment a prefix or a suffix is added to it. Now we have known what a root word is. It's the word that does not have a prefix or a suffix attached to it. That is a root word in the original meaning. Now, what is root words in my own definition? I would say a root word is a word or word part that can form the basis of new words through the addition of prefixes and suffixes. Understanding the meaning of common roots can help you work out the meaning of new words as you encounter them. So when you understand the meaning of a root word, it will help you to understand the meaning of those new words that you are creating via adding prefix or suffix. So you must be able to understand the meaning of the root word. So I have said again, it's a word that can form the basis of new words. It can form the basis of new words. A root word is a word that can form the basis of new words when you add suffix and prefix to it. Okay. Now, I will show you some root words in picture form, and then we'll look at it together. Now, I have a root word here. The root word is the main word or the base word, like I explained. But we have root word, which is write, act, play, tie, agree, read, joy, view. Now, all those words that we have here, we can try to add prefix or suffix to it. Prefix comes before the root word. Any words you had before the root word is the prefix. And any letter or letters you had at the end of the root word is the suffix. So look at this right, for example. Right. If I put re here, it becomes what? Rewrite. It becomes rewrite. And if I put er at the end of that right, just put r, since there's e there already. Put r, it becomes what? Writer. So this r here is the suffix, while this re is the prefix. So you can see that I can change this right, this is the root word, to rewrite or writer. Rewrite means to write something again. Writer is the one that writes that thing that is written down. So meanwhile, write is a verb, which means put something down in black and white. You can see that there are three different meanings just by adding suffix or prefix to the root word. We have three different meanings. So the same thing applies to act, play, tie, agree, read, joy, and view. When we add any of these suffixes to them, you find out that it becomes something else. Look at act now. Who can tell me what can we put? Is it prefix or suffix that you can check here? You see what you can add to act, and check here. Maybe you can add anything to act as prefix. Okay. Let's use or suffix for act. So when you add or to it, it becomes what? Actor. Actor. Can you see now? Look at play. We can put re in front of play. It becomes what? Replay. Or we can put ful at the back. It becomes playful. Do you understand? So I want you to look at from this tie down, check what you can add as prefix or suffix, and check the new words that you have. Now let me quickly go to the next slide, still talking about prefix. Now, what is prefix? Prefix are a syllable or group of syllables added to the beginning of a word to alter its meaning. When you talk about prefix, it must be at the beginning. Beginning. Don't forget, prefix is at the beginning of a word. So we have pre, before, on, not, miss, wrong, re, again. This is the meaning of all this. When you hear pre means before. That's why we have pre-resumption, prenatal, preschool, and so on and so forth, pre-colonial. that is before. Pre means before. On means not. Unattended to. Unallowed. Now we have wrong, miss. Miss means wrong or bad. Mismanagement. Then we have re. Re means to do it again. Reapply. And so on and so forth. Now I will say prefix again. A prefix added before a root word. Before, at the beginning, to make a new word. You added before. Don't forget before. Or at the beginning of a root word. Now let's go to other prefixes we have here. I have quite a number of them. Post. That's prefix post. Pre or pro. Sub. Sim. Sin. An. Try. Trans. Tele. Uni. Omni. App. So you can see the words I have under them. Can you see? Good. So I want you to study it on your spare time, because I don't want to spend so much time in this class. Please study the words I have under each of those prefix I've listed there. I have another one on the slide. We have re. I told you before that re means again. Re meaning is again. We have rewrite. Un means not. Unkind. Pre means before. Pre-made. This means not or opposite of something. So this is dishonest. Im still means the same thing with this, opposite of something. Im is impolite. This one in black pen are the what? The root words. They are the root words. While the one in the other color of ink are the what? Prefixes. Now none means not. Nonsense. That means it's not making sense. This sense is the root word, while the none is the prefix. Now miss means wrong or bad. Now misbehave. Behave is the root word, miss is the prefix. Misbehave. Okay, I have other examples here. Unhappy, precaution, antivirus, misunderstand, return, decode. You can see the root words here: happy, caution, virus, understand, turn, call. And these are the meaning of each of those prefixes. Now, let's quickly go to suffix now. Now, suffix are a letter or group of letters added at the ending of words to change their meaning or their function. They are added at the end. So we have able or able. We have possible, legible, preventable, adaptable. Able or able. Arc or ick. We have cardiac, iconic, organic. AC. Privacy, legitimacy, bureaucracy. EOS. Gracious, malicious, ambitious. R. Logical, philosophical, bacterial. All. Talking about AL at the end of the word, the root word. Now we have a lot of suffixes here as well. We have ios or os, age, al, wise, et or t, meant, nurse, ship. You can go through the words at the spare time. I'm trying to run because of my time. Look at the words under each of those suffixes. Sorry. Now I have root word, suffix, and new word. Move meant movement. Enjoy meant enjoyment. Retire meant retirement. Abandon meant abandonment. Establish meant establishment. Can you see it? Root word, suffix, new word. Now we're looking at the suffix meant. You can see all the words I can produce using meant. Now I have full. Full. I've used meant. Let me use full now. Helpful, thankful, handful, hopeful, successful. Now let's go to ness. We have kindness, goodness, greatness, awareness, barrenness. Okay? Now let's come to the evaluation page. Let's see what we have been able to learn in today's class. Now the first question I will ask is, what is word building? Word building. You won't tell me the answer? Word building. Good. Now let somebody define root word for me. What is root word? Root word is what? Without prefix or Good. Now let's mention 5 phrases that we know. So the what prefix stands at the what? Beginning or end? Beginning of a root word. Now let's give me 5 root words that you know. On, this, miss, Good. Now let's have 5 suffixes. I told you suffixes are the what? Beginning or end? Good. End of a word. Now let's have 5 suffixes that we know. Meant, for, I'll, Good. Okay. I will be sending your class activity to you tomorrow. Before you get that, just quickly look at this one again. Determine the root word from the following. Just bring out the root word from each of these words. I have reality, arrange, injustice, attention, reasoning, deactivate, disgrace, brightness, fruitless, presentable. I want you to do it, snap it, and send it to my email, or you send it to my WhatsApp. I'll be expecting it. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.